Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Now in today's episode we're going to be talking a little bit about ClassiCube again. Now this is a project that I've done numerous videos on. It is a Minecraft clone of sorts that is just compatible with a whole bunch of legacy systems, including video game consoles like the Sega Dreamcast. So yeah, we're going to be checking out the Sega Dreamcast port of this today because I figured, it'd be a nice little change from some of the content we've been doing recently. And thankfully, getting it up and running on a Dreamcast is extremely simple because all you have to do is download the disk image, burn it to a CD, and pop it in the console. That's literally all it is. Though you do have to configure your image burner to burn at a slower speed, but I mean, that's like a couple of clicks away. What's even cooler is by using DreamPie, another project we've talked a little bit about on this channel, you can connect your Dreamcast to the internet and play online with other people in this game. There's a whole bunch of servers available, and we're going to be exploring that a little bit later on in the video, but for now, let's just hit play here and boot off of the disk. And yeah, we'll get that glorious intro. Probably one of my favorite console startup screens, hands down. I really like how they modified this screen. They just edited the bottom there to say not actually licensed by Sega. And this is where it connects to the internet via your modem. So I've got all that hooked up, so it's going to dial right now. And yeah, the DreamPie setup is honestly pretty simple too. I'll have a link down below that kind of goes through that. We actually talked about DreamPie in my web TV video, funnily enough, because it actually makes use of that project, or at least the custom server that I talked about in that video makes use of a modified version of DreamPie. And here we are. So we're just going to skip the login for now, and we're actually going to go down to just single player because I do want to show you just, offline play. Now, this game supports the Dreamcast keyboard and mouse, so if you had those accessories, you're probably going to want to plug them in because navigating around with the Dreamcast controller is a little bit of a chore. I mean, it's totally doable, but you use the joystick to move the camera around, and you use the D-pad to actually move around. So you kind of got to do something like this, which doesn't entirely work, because you still want your other hand free to press these buttons over here. That's for, jumping and opening up your inventory and all that. So yeah, it takes a little bit of getting used to, but I mean, it is doable. And yeah, you use the left trigger to break blocks, the right trigger to place blocks. And yeah, so we're just gonna move around here and kind of, I don't know, explore this world a little bit. And yeah, I know that this TV, the picture here is not configured properly. Unfortunately, I don't have the remote to this thing, so I cannot, change any of that. Fortunately, though, I do have this lovely direct capture feed where everything shows up just fine, so that's probably what I'm going to be switching to the majority of the time throughout this video. But yeah, we don't have any sound, unfortunately, no music or anything like that, but I am going to edit in some lovely C418 background music to kind of, get the vibe just feeling right here. So yeah, this is, it tries to mimic Minecraft Classic. So if you ever played Minecraft Classic, this will look extremely familiar to you. I mean, we've got this whole inventory with all these blocks. You got your bar down there, which how do you switch between blocks? Oh yeah, pressing Y opens up the keyboard. Don't really need that right now. Now we're actually in the chat window. So start is how you send a message, also how you pause the game. But yeah, how do we scroll through the inventory? Huh, that's interesting. Is there not a button to do that? I think that's actually like a button combination you have to do. Oh look, I just went into flying mode by doing something. It's B and R. Okay, so that turns flying off. B and L is speed, so that just increases your, movement speed and stuff. So yeah, oh my gosh, look at that. So we'll definitely turn that off. How do we scroll through the inventory? I don't see that listed on the website. Well, you might only be able to do that with the Dreamcast mouse. Oh, and I think the Dreamcast controller just got like in a stuck position there because I am not moving forward. So yeah, I guess that's certainly interesting. Well, let's go ahead and quit out of here, and we'll get back to the login prompt here. And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and log in to my ClassiCube account. Alright, now this I've actually not tried yet, so let's see if we can sign in. Error when trying to sign in. Huh, well, that's not supposed to happen. Well, I made a very important discovery. You gotta have the system date set properly, before you try and connect, otherwise you're gonna get an error message. Oh, retrieving servers list, and check that out. Alright, here's a random server, MC Galaxy with cheese, with nobody on it. Yeah, why don't we log onto that one? Oh no, server sent invalid packet 107. Oh man. Alright, well why don't we try that again? Yeah, when I was doing some experimenting with this off camera, I set up my own server, which we can connect to if I end up having problems trying to get online. Oh, now we're getting an error signing in. Well, that's certainly interesting. I mean, we are still online. I checked the DreamPie config, and it's still working. So yeah, we're just getting some error message. Oh, there we go. Okay, so let's see. Why don't we try to go on this Not Awesome 2 Realms and More? It's been up for 40 hours apparently, and there's 7 people on it. So this seems like where everyone's hanging out. Although, let's see if I can even get into here. I was actually trying the MC Galaxy server, the latest version of it, off camera a bit with this, and I had trouble getting the Dreamcast to connect to it. I had to use one of the other server softwares that's available on the ClassiCube website. And it looks like here it's straight up just not, I mean, we're stuck on this connecting screen. I mean, we'll see if it connects. But yeah, the download page for the Dreamcast version didn't make any mention of like, oh, it's not compatible with these servers or, you know, whatever. Well, I don't think we're getting anywhere. Can I hit start to get out of this? Huh. No, I can't. Did the game just freeze, maybe? You know, maybe this isn't going to be a short video after all, but okay, what I'll do is I'll power off the system again, boot it back up. We'll try to connect to another server, and if that doesn't work, then I'll just, you know, connect it to this local server that I've got running on the computer behind me. Alright, back again. So why don't we try, I don't know, this one right here, Omega Build. See if that gets us online. So this is another piece of server software. Omega Squared, and it says, welcome to Omega Build 2. Disconnected, server sent invalid packet. Huh, okay. Well, that's rather unfortunate. By the way, we do have split screen, if you didn't know. That is an option down here, so it says it's a work in progress, so you could do, you know, if you had like 4 people on here, you know, just locally on this console, you could, oh my gosh, oh, you all spawn like right on top of each other. That's hilarious. So yeah, you know, if you want to have a little ClassiCube party with your Dreamcast, you know, you could totally do that. But yeah, just to oh, and when you press pause, it like brings up the pause menu like for each person. That's kind of funny. So yeah, we'll just quit. That's not the quit button. This is the quit option down here. I'm just gonna go ahead and just locally connect to my server I've got hosted back here. And the great thing about this is you can just enter in whatever username that you want, and I've got my IP in there. We'll hit connect, and there we go. So check that out. So yeah, I mean, if I had, you know, port forwarded 25565 on my router, yeah, I could, you know, host a server and people could join in here. And it's just this flat world right now, but you know, you could like, you know, put your own world in here if you want to. And we're getting close to the edge here. Let's see. How do we enable? Yeah, like that. Ooh, check that out. So yeah, turning on like fast movement is actually kind of fun. Oh no, the console, oh no. Yeah, I think the game just crashed. Well, you know what? They do clearly say that the Dreamcast port is in early alpha, so I mean, running into crashes like this is to be expected. But you know what? I think it's pretty awesome. Even if we couldn't really get online multiplayer working, I have seen it working in videos before, so I think it was just something with my configuration, perhaps. Or, I mean, like I said, I was having trouble getting this to connect to the latest version of the MC Galaxy server software. But, you know, I think that's a pretty good stopping point for this video. That is a little brief look at the Dreamcast port of ClassiCube. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up, get subscribed, maybe consider becoming a patron or a channel member to get early access to these videos before anybody else. But either way, I just want to thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.